All right, all right. Positive energy all the time. Come on in, come on in. Rep your city. I'm representing Chirac. You know what it is. Come right on in. And let's get it going. Everybody on Facebook, what's up? Everybody on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and of course my other Facebook account. Good to see you. Let's get it rocking and rolling. We got Fresno, California in the building. Rep your city. You know how we do. Show some love to the city. We got Lansing in the building. Show some love. Support the channel. Hit that like button. Share, subscribe. Super chat, CashApp, Venmo, PayPal, all of that. Support the channel. Oh, yeah. So I watched Big Bank and 6ix9ine earlier today. 6ix9ine made him look real bad. He had, I don't know what he was. I don't know what Big Bank was thinking. I don't know. I don't know what Big Bank was thinking. I don't know. Well, money. Money. I'm sure he thought about the money more than anything. But it was strange to see him in Atlanta questioning snitching. That was a little weird. He's been showing a lot of favoritism to some scrupulous characters himself. So 6ix9ine checked him, got him in a corner. He took a L. Big Bank took a L. Now, this is for mature audiences only. If you come to the channel, it does require serious maturity. Okay? You're not going to get the typical conversation over here. So you have to kind of get used to it. And I know that social media is cookie cutter. And I know you usually only have two sides. And I know you've been programmed that it's either this side or that side, and there's no discussion between the middle. I understand that. I also understand that many things that are taught in the streets have transferred over to social media, but the streets are a myth, and the streets are inaccurate, basically. Okay. The street knowledge for the young people, the street knowledge is very much so inaccurate. Over the years, when it comes to crime, it all got all mixed up. Especially when hooligans got mixed up. Hooligans and hoodlums started being identified as gangsters. That's basically where the problem came in. Being in a gang is not gangster. That's gangs. That's not gangster. So being in a gang is not a gangster. That's not gangster. Most of your old school notorious gangsters started out in gangs. And when they started out in gangs, they were not considered gangsters. They were considered hoodlums, but not gangsters. And as they graduated, they became gangsters. The Al Capones, they were hoodlums, street kids. They were not gangsters. They had to be brought in and taught what it is to be a gangster. Right? And some of the different branches kind of bleed over. All right. So you have hustlers, you have players, you have thugs, you have hoodlums, you have pimps, and you have gangsters. If you're really good back in the day at any of those things I named, you could be brought into a crime family, but you would definitely have to make arrangements. You'd have to change your behavior, the way you're functioning, once you become a part of what they call organized crime. And they don't use that word too much anymore, organized crime. I'm going to use it tonight to help young people out, young brothers out, young men. Because young men don't seem to understand that there's an opposite to organized crime. And it's called unorganized crime. And a lot of people that's dealing with unorganized crime are calling themselves gangsters, but gangsters deal with organized crime, not unorganized crime. And gangs are unorganized crime. And a lot of individuals are unorganized crime because you can't have an organization with one person. There's nothing to organize if it's just you, correct? Right? If it's just you, there is nothing to organize. So you're going to get into it. I'm break down the facts. I was a hustler, an illegal hustler. I'm still a hustler because you have legal hustlers and you have illegal hustlers, illegal because you're a hustler. So have you ever played baseball and somebody hit the ball and you run after the ball? What did the coach say? Hustle, hustle. A hustler is somebody moving, getting the money. That's what a hustler. A hustler is hustling. Sometime when people got scammed, they said you got hustled, that he hustled you. But that's, you know how people use words. Words sometimes have a few different meanings. But in terms of crime, a hustler means you're moving. Organized crime, gangsters, are made up of a lot of hustlers. When you put a bunch of hustlers together, you have organized crime. But you also have to add in hitmen, shooters, politicians. I'm not going to say businessmen because the businessmen are hustlers. So we're going to get into that. I have to break that up. I'm sure we're going to end up going back touching on that. So tonight I'm talking about 6ix9ine because everybody keeps saying 6ix9ine is a snitch. 6ix9ine is not a snitch. 6ix9ine is not a snitch. 6ix9ine did not snitch. Snitching is not one-sided. Snitching is two-sided. Snitching. And the younger generation is making snitching one-sided. And that's why they're saying snitch, 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 snitch. No. And they're trying to use the word snitch in reference to crime. And it's being totally misused. I don't know, they just turning snitching into, I don't know what. I don't know what. But I'm going to try to help the younger generation so you know the difference. I mean, the younger brothers in the streets, they're not that well educated. So they're just using words and slapping words all over the place that really they're telling the young people that yeah, you can't come over here with no information. You can listen. That's your first warning. You can listen, but you can't bring any of your information over here. You have to go on your own channel. You can't bring information over here that I don't validate in front of my audience. If you're smart and you got information, you have to go to your own channel and put up your information where you're responsible for your information. I get in a lot of trouble for that because I do not allow any information to go to my audience that I don't sanction. I feel like if I let right? If I let anyone bring information that I don't sanction, I feel like I'm responsible. No one should come over here and leave with information that I haven't sanctioned because they're getting that information under my watch. So that's why I do that, big star. Because it's under my watch. And people come and then they hear something under my watch. Now I'm responsible. I don't want to be responsible for nothing but what I'm saying. And I get a lot of people come over here and they say stuff to my audience that's watching me, and I'm like, they out of line. Have them watch you. Put some work in like me. Don't come and let me set up a classroom and just walk in my classroom teaching because you don't want to set your own classroom up and get your own audience. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be very careful. Like that statement, gangs. Like gangs aren't that big like that. Gangs aren't that big. But I will address that. He says gangs are controlled. What'd you say about the CIA? That's false. Because the gangs are small. Okay, Big Star, I'm going to give you some lessons. Big Star, see, the gangs are small. Right? So let me break that down to you, Big Star. The gangs are small. What do I mean by that? When illegal substances come to Chicago, tons come in. Those tons are split up with like 3 or 4 groups. Then that's split up to the top tier dealers. The top tier dealers, he get 20, he get 20, he get 20, he get 20. Then they go back and then they distribute 3 there, 2 there, 3 there, 3 there. The people that get the 2 and 3, they go back and then they distribute it and break it down to the smaller amounts that go to the gangs. The guys that represent the community, that live in the community, that get the lot, they're from all different type of gangs. This is what the young gang members don't know. They're not active. And so when you're like me and you get around the big BD, the big GD, they don't gang bang. They're all at the same club. The top vice lord, the type GD, they're all at the same club with alligator shoes on and fur coats. They have nothing to do with what the shorties are doing in little neighborhoods like that. And the only time there's any control of the gang, right, Big Star? The only time there's any control of the gangs is in the county jail or prison. In the county jail and prison, then the higher ups have control. Once everybody's back out, there's no control. Because how can I control some dudes and some project builders? I don't even know who these young dudes, are. So there's no control until you come to the county jail or prison. When you come to the county jail and now you're locked up on the deck with me, and you say you're a vice lord or a four corner hustler or a GD, and I'm the biggest GD in on the deck, now I can get law and order. Now I can make sure you know you're lit. Now I can make sure you clean the table. Now I can make sure you know all the bylaws. I can't make sure any of that out on the streets. I don't know where you're at. Everybody, I don't know where you're at. So I can't put any law and order on the streets. So there's really no gangs like they try to tell y'all. Gangs are self-acclaimed groups live in different neighborhoods, and dude claimed GD on his own. There's nobody say, there's nobody to go, he's basically GD because all the other little boys is GD. And so I lived in O Block, and I tell this story all the time. I watched some little kids, they must have been about second grade, and they was walking to school. And the little boy said, yeah, you're kind of trolling. Too much typing. Okay. Yeah, too much typing. You're trolling. The little boy said, my mama got me some kind of sneakers. They said, no, she didn't. He's like, my mama did give me some new sneakers. They said, no, she didn't. And the little boy said, on BD, my mama got me. He was like from second grade, third grade. And the reason he said on BD, because when he's outside, that's all he hear, on BD, on BD, on BD, on BD. So the babies be saying on BD, my mama. I said, you don't even know. He was a little boy. He said, on BD, my mama. He said, oh, BD, his mama got him some, because to him is a way to verify you telling the truth. He don't comprehend the gang part. As far as he concerned, when he hear him say that means you ain't lying. So he's using it as a reference that he ain't lying. He's not really aware of black disciples. He just know when everybody trying to prove they telling the truth, they say on BD. So Shorty said, on BD, my mama got me some new shoes. Boy, I was crying. Boy, I was crying. He was like in the second grade. So this is how the gang, as he grow up, he live over there, he gonna be BD. He just BD anyway. Everybody's BD. Nobody has to recruit him. We just BD. We just Blackstone. You live in Harvey, everybody's Blackstone, you just Blackstone. You don't even have to join. You grew up a baby Stone. You've been a Stone. This is Stone, They don't tell you that part. They think it's like a meeting. No. You be that from a baby. If you outside and everybody GD, you GD unless you don't be outside that much. And you don't have to join. You don't have to join. You don't have to join. Everybody know you already. They calling you folks already. What up, folks? They just gonna call you folks anyway. So I seen 6ix9ine, and he was on there with Big Bank. And Big Bank was trying to ask 6ix9ine about snitching. 6ix9ine was wondering why Big Bank ain't do that to the Atlanta rappers. And Big Bank really was made to look really bad because he wouldn't stand on business with the Atlanta rappers because he don't want to lose favor, but he was trying to stand on business with 6ix9ine. But 6ix9ine destroyed him because 6ix9ine showed where 21 Savage made an arrangement with law enforcement to not get deported and snitched. According to what he was reading, they have a special way for you to get your visa for him to become a citizen when he was in trouble facing the case. And what he would have to do when what he did, according to 6ix9ine and the paperwork he read, what 21 Savage did to stay in the country when they was going to deport him, he used this special procedure and snitched and got this other type of way to get a visa. He told. He snitched. Now, I'm looking at Big Bank like, okay, you jumped off the cliff for the money. You got 6ix9ine on here. You didn't expect 6ix9ine to expose people you got a relationship from that you know snitched, but you can't say it because you were down south and that's your audience and that's the people you interview. It was bad. Big Bank was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because he tried to go hard on 6ix9ine. But then when 6ix9ine showed him, hey, y'all down here snitching, he was like, well, at one point he said, well, you snitched and men got 100 years. And they snitched. Nobody didn't do no lot of time. I'm like, what? So Big Bank was like, well, they snitched, but didn't nobody, when you snitch, people got a lot of time. When they snitch, nobody didn't get, I said, oh, okay. So what? It was bad. I said, what the hell? Bro, snitching is snitching, okay? You can't get that man on there and call him a snitch and start tap dancing for 21 Savage and all them people in Atlanta that have been snatching. Gunna, he also showed Gunna snitched early in his career too. He read it all. Gunna told, and they swept it under the rug, and Young Thug still signed him and still dealt with him, and they know he told. Gunna been told years ago, before he told on Thug and them, and said YSL is a gang. That's snitching. If they ask you, is YSL a gang? And you say, yes, ma'am, that you are ratting. You just gave them a RICO case. Luckily, Thug had Steele, and they had a horrible judge, and they was tacky in Atlanta, and they had too many people in the case. They tried to prosecute 49 people. I'm overdoing it. Right? So they wasn't professional enough for all them people that the lady, the district attorney, she brought too many people in on that case, and she had too much information, was interviewing too many people from years ago. It was just a mess. Yeah. Yeah, he tried to say there was different degrees in snitching. Now, snitching. 6ix9ine did not snitch. Snitching. When 6ix9ine caught that case in New York, based on real gangster laws and statutes, he did not snitch. When he told on them, that's not snitching. So let's break it down. It's me, it's Goshen, it's Ice Rock, and it's Alden. We a crew. We doing crimes. When we doing these crimes, we are a gang. We are a crew. if any of us get in trouble, if I get caught, I cannot snitch on Goshen. I cannot stick on Ice Rock or Alden. They cannot snitch on me because we are a crew. But what is a crew? We are a crew. Me, Goshen, Ice Rock, and Alden. We doing crimes together. Any one of us get caught, we can't snitch on the crew. Correct? What is a crew? Because I can't snitch on the crew. What is a crew? So if me and Goshen is a crime, doing crimes together, and we a crew, can I sleep with his wife? If I sleep with his wife, are we still a crew? If I sleep with Goshen's wife, does he owe me the no snitching code? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. If I sleep with my own crew, with a wife, one of their wife, are we a crew, and do I owe them no snitching? Put it in the chat. I don't owe you nothing now. We're not a crew. There's no code. There's no code. You broke the code. It's a fact. Any gangster, you go get any Italian gangster. No. If I got to go to jail, if you sleep with my wife, K-Rock, and me and you did a crime, I'm sending you to prison forever. Yeah, I'm telling. I don't owe you nothing. I'm not keeping my mouth shut for you. You should have kept your mouth shut when you was talking to my wife. Not only that, not only am I sending you to prison, I'm gonna send a kite while you in there. You might not get out. Yeah, you might not get out, Tay. Yeah. Let me ask you, Tay, would you do that? And me and you was a crime, doing crimes together? Would you sleep with my wife? Yes or no? I just need a yes or no. Since you jumped in it, you said keep your mouth shut. If me and you was a crime family, would you sleep with my wife? Me and you doing crimes, we take a penitentiary chance together? All right, then. And if you did, I don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you nothing. Now, I'm going to prove it. With the mob, if me and Tay and G-Rod is in an organized crime family, and G-Rod go to prison, and the mob find out, for one, I got to sneak to sleep with his wife, because if the mob find out I'm sleeping with G-Rod's wife, they're going to unalive me. Am I telling the truth or not? If one of the guys in the mob go to prison, is the mob cool with you sleeping with his wife when he's taking a bid and he not telling on the mob? Is the mob cool with that? Because I forgot which show it was. I don't know if it was Godfather, New York, or one of those. And the guy was in prison and the mobster was sleeping with his wife and he was sneaking around, because if they find out you are sleeping with his wife, you broke the code. That's part of the code too. The code ain't just no snitching. The code is honor code. And no snitching is a part of the honor code. There's no snitching code. There's a bunch of codes. And if I'm in the mob and I get pinched and I don't tell and I'm a stand-up guy, and you go sleep with my woman, my wife, my baby's mama, and humiliate me, You telling me that I owe you some kind of honor? You don't have no honor. Them people went and slept with, they worked together. He was their rapper. He was making money for them. And behind his back, they were sleeping with his baby mama. They not gangsters. They were scumbags. They didn't deserve no respect. Shotty was a bum. He ain't no gangster. He was a bum. Because you're working with this man. This is the goose that laid the golden egg. He making all this money. We all eating. Why would I sleep with your opposite women everywhere? You 6ix9ine. You the rapper. You blow up. We get in the bag. There's women everywhere. You go sleep with his woman. And you think you can do that emotionally to him and he's going to be able to stand strong on the stand? You caused the problem. You're giving this man a mental breakdown. You're the reason he's snitching. So Shotty, if he was in organized crime, he would have came up missing. Because they said, you did something that'll make this man tell on all of us. He's going to tell on all of us because of you. Because you playing with his emotions. He was close to you. You ain't just sleeping with a woman. Y'all like this, and you slept with somebody he loved, and he loved you. You know what it's like when your woman cheat with a stranger compared to when your best friend sleep with her? That ain't the same. The person you're doing crimes with, the person, if y'all get caught, you're going to go to prison and not tell. So if me and you doing crimes, I'm going to go to prison. If I get away, if you get away, I'm not going to tell on you. But then when my back turned, you sleeping with my wife, and the whole time I'm walking around with you, and you think I get arrested? I'm telling. I don't owe you nothing. I want to see you get 1,000 years. The code is what code? What code? There's no one-way code. The code goes two ways. There's the code. Listen. People keep talking about no snitching. The code goes both ways. It's not one-sided. You're not supposed to sleep with one of the members' wives. The only women y'all can both sleep with is one he don't care about, and he gonna know you sleep with her because y'all don't care about her. But the one he loved, his children's mother and all that, if he go to prison, the mob ain't gonna touch her. They gonna take care of her. They gonna take care of the babies, and they gonna make sure no other man in the mob step to her. Now a strange man can, right? Okay, let me see. So what dude's a cornball? So this dude's a cornball. If you my boy and you sleep with my wife, it's up now. Code is broken and I have a green light. And what's next? That's how I would look at it. But that's just me saying. So who's a cornball? Can you say, dude, you talking about Shotty or who? Because in the mob, if they find out you sleeping with your, they're gonna knock you off anyway. They'll knock you off. They're gonna knock you off. Because when you do gangster stuff, you can't bring no emotions. Emotions trump gangster. Love trump gangster all the time. A man's wife and his queen, they're gonna trump gangster all the time. His kid's mother, yeah, that's who he hustling for. That's who he bringing the money back to. Nothing gonna trump my woman. Period. I don't care what kind of gangster stuff we doing. Nothing gonna trump my woman, my mother, my father, my sister, my family. Oh no. You cross that line, I don't owe you nothing. I want to see you get 1,000 years. I owe you nothing. The rest of the mob can't say nothing because they should have kept you in check. I tell on all them too. Because in that situation, they all knew that they was doing that. They knew Shotty was doing that to his girl. They all knew. They was all in on it. This man bringing in all the money, and they did him like that. He ain't snitch. Snitch based on what? This is young generation teaching y'all snitching is only based on loyalty. If it ain't no loyalty, there's no such thing as snitching. There's no such thing you come and you do something to my daughter and I'm supposed to go shoot you and go to prison? No, I'm going to call the police. You got to understand the street code dudes is the dumbest dudes in the world, okay? You ever been locked up? They 40, 50 years old, dumb as a rock, okay? Facts. They the dumbest. They didn't go to school. They don't know nothing, okay? The street dudes. The street dudes is the dumbest. Trust me when I'm telling you. The uneducated was the one didn't pay no attention in class. It never made nothing out they self. Never listened to the teacher. Never went to school. Flunked out early. That's the street dudes. The dumbest ever. Straight up. Easy to manipulate. And you can't trust them further than you can see them. They grew up in bad homes and stuff like that. They got anger issues. They don't like nobody. Can't trust them. You can't trust them. Facts. Ain't no honor with dummies. How a dummy is going to be honorable? The whole idea of the mob was to bring up your intellectual level, to make you a businessman, to make you be more intellectual, to make you get married, to make you be a family man, to bring you in, to make you go to church, to make you deal with your children, to get your children in a good school, to get you in a good home. It wasn't just gangster stuff. It was about bringing you up in society. We making money. You got to be smart. If you're stupid, we all gonna go to prison. You can't be no dumb gangster. So they talking about that man snitched and giving them dudes a pass to sleep with that man's wife. Right? So now if I'm outside with a bunch of brothers and they're around me and my wife, and we having this conversation, let's say I'm around my crew. And I say this and I say, facts, look, let me show you some real gangster stuff. Let's say I'm around my crew. It's Marco, Bobby, Baba. And I make the same thing. I say, they shouldn't have slept with 6ix9ine's wife. We in the crew. Your name Marco, you're in the crew too. And you say, no, that shouldn't have mattered, though. He still should have stayed on the code. You know I'm going to knock you down outside. I'm going to knock you down. Don't be no gangster, y'all, if you ain't no gangster. Once I see that you sided with the dude, slept with his wife, and I got a wife and I'm around you, you just told me you'll do me like that. As soon as I get you in a dark place, I'm going to knock you down. I can't trust you. Now, you just running your mouth. You're not realizing you're showing me your character. Because you said that's not a big deal. But my wife, Karen, you always around Karen. I'm going to start thinking everything you say to my wife when you get around, how nice you are, how you always smiling. This is what I'm going to start thinking. I'm going to start reflecting on how you act when you be around my family. And I'm going to knock you down. This is just hypothetical, YouTube. I'm not promoting violence. I'm just teaching them how the gangster world go. I'm not a gangster. I'm not knocking nobody down. I'm giving them the example. You have exposed, you are a lowlife. Because everybody got some decency, gonna say they foul. And that they got their own self. You understand? If me and you was doing crime together, and we putting our life on the line together, and we gonna practice silence together, and we willing to go to prison for each other, you can't sleep with my woman, because what's gonna make me be cool with going to prison for you when you gonna go sleep with my baby mama? So you telling me I'm gonna do crimes with you, and if I get caught, you're gonna run to my baby mama house? If that's the case, I need to tell. Okay, let me get this straight. Me and you do a crime. I get away. The police tell me if I tell who the other person is, I can go home. I don't. I go do the time, let you stay out. And you repay me. You go sleep with my baby mama? If that's the case, I should have told. I should have told. I let you stay out there to snake me. I should have snaked you. There ain't no different kind of snaking. And this is what a lot of people understand. Snaking is snaking. Not no, oh, Pharaoh, he could be this kind of snake, but you can't be that kind of snake. What? Snake. And a snake gonna bite you in the arm, the leg, or wherever it can bite you at. So don't tell me, no, just because he this kind of snake, you can't be no kind of snake. There's no kind of snake. Snake is snake. If you're a snake, then I'm a snake. No, don't say, well, no, just because he was a snake and slept with your wife don't mean you got to be a snake. Yes, it do mean I got to be a snake. The intention's been there the whole time. You've been running around with somebody that never respect you, never liked you, and they'll sleep with your daughter too. He'll sleep with your daughter as soon as your daughter turns 17. He'll drive by the school when your daughter get out of school. Facts. Not just the wife. Not just the wife. He been looking at your daughter growing, she's starting to fill out. You go to prison, he drive by the school. Hey, get in, I'll drop you off. My daughter trusts you because you my boy. Next thing you know, you're buying her pizza. You're buying her this. You're flirting with her. Next thing I'm in the joint, her mama say, you with her all the time. You got her pregnant. All this here. And I'm doing 7 years. You took advantage of me doing time. You went and talked to my daughter. But then when you come visit me or you talk to me, you act like we the best ever, the closest ever in the world, and you'll do anything for me. You'll give your life for me. But you sleep with my daughter, you sleep with my wife. How 6ix9ine snitched on some snakes. He only snitched on stand-up guys. Not all of them was scumbags. That's not snitching. That's not snitching. Snitching is when everybody stand up and you sell everybody out, and everybody stood up, and everybody got away, and everybody's decent. Everybody been cool to you, and you told on them. That's snitching. You can't snitch on no rat. You can only snitch on stand-up dudes. I can only snitch on that dude that would never talk to my wife, or would never talk to my daughter, and would pick my daughter up and drop her off every day while I'm in prison. It would nothing but like a real uncle. And I snitch on him. That's snitching. The one that makes sure my kids or my wife got food, and he never do nothing. And I told on him. That's snitching. I told on somebody that always looked out for me, that never snaked me. Sad the streets don't want to understand. The streets is dumb. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They ain't got no high school degree. The streets ain't gangsters. Them hoodlums. Those aren't gangsters. 21 Savage is not a gangster. Neither is Young Thug. Those are not gangsters. Those are street hoodlums. They are not gangsters. They are dumb street dudes trying to talk about no snitching is gangster rules, not hood, hoodlum, gang rules. That's why you a gang, because no stir. You got no stir. You all gang, no stir. You got to have the stir. They don't got to stir. They just gang. No stir. How they gonna go by gangster rules? They not gangsters. This is what's messed up. It's a big difference. They're not gangsters. No organized crime will let them in. As a matter of fact, they can't even hang around. They don't even get to hang around the top people in the gang. Y'all think the big vice lords and GDs here hang out with them, shorty? No. If you go to the county jail, the penitentiary, the big dude, he with some other big dudes, you can't even walk up on dude. It's only 5 of them. Just because he say he represents the gang, you can't just walk up and talk to dude like that. You're not on his level. You're a little foot soldier. You're not official like that. And he's under real gangsters. Yeah. You understand? So they lying on 6ix9ine. They betrayed 6ix9ine, and now they're trying to act like he betrayed them. How you betray somebody and say they betrayed you? How do somebody betray a betrayer? How can he betray you when you ain't nothing? You can only betray somebody decent. You can't betray a scumbag, okay? There was some black dudes making money off this Mexican with black music, and they never liked him. They never liked 6ix9ine. They was pimping. They was trying to pimp him. They was pretending they liked him, but they was extorting him and they was using him. That's what they was doing. They never liked him. And when he found that out, that's why he told. I don't blame him. I wouldn't have sat in there with them because all they was gonna do was unalive him in there anyway. Them same dudes would have tried to grape him. Shot in them, he get locked up with them. They would have tried to grape that boy. On my soul. Look, when I was in the county jail, there was a guy from the set. but he was the big dude, right? He was the main one. We just in the county. We ain't in prison. So he's standing by my tip. I'm at my door. He's out there in the day room, standing right there. We talking. A dude walked by, and the big man, part of our little thing, he says, dude gonna stop walking around with his butt sticking out like that. Now, we not in prison. We in the county jail. So he talking prison talk. It slipped, right? Because he had been snuck, the guards had snuck some vodka and he was drinking that vodka. That slipped, right? So when I seen him say, dude gonna stop walking around with his butt sticking out like that, I knew he was a snake. He ain't never showed that side of him. So I'm fighting a case, and what I'm thinking, if I lose and I get sent to a certain penitentiary and see him, what y'all think I was thinking if I seen him in the penitentiary? My friend. My friend. Can I trust my wife around him? Can I trust anybody around him? Can I trust him in the penitentiary when he slipped and let me know he looking at dude? I mean, he might be looking at me too. What are you talking about? Black culture? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Black culture went through a phase. What are you talking about? He called gangs black culture. Okay. Gangs is gangs. Gangs is not black culture, dude. There's a whole bunch of different blacks. He takes gangs and he tries to simulate gangs on black culture. Why don't take college students, black college students, and assimilate them with black culture? Why don't he take all the other things black people do and assimilate black sports? Why he take the gang and try to assimilate gangs with black culture? Just what I told you. This is, you see? Did you see that ridiculous? Did you see that? See him stereotype the whole black race from a few gang members? He called them black culture. Can you believe that? Do y'all believe black people in Chicago is in gangs? Hold on. Okay, there's 800,000. There's 800,000 black Americans in Chicago. Y'all believe out of 800,000, y'all believe half of them is in gangs? I just say half. Who believes there's 400,000 gang members in Chicago out of 800,000 black Americans? See what I'm saying? The media don't view us like that. The media try to make the public view us like that. The media knows the facts. The media knows the statistics. The media don't push what they know. The media push a brainwashing on the public. The media knows the fact. The media knows the facts. The media promotes lies, and they know it's lies. The media knows exactly. The media knows. The media's job is to be pushed, depending on who's at the media, If you live in a black city, they're not going to do that. Like Chicago, they're not going to do that because everybody be like, what is you talking about? Because we outside every day and we don't see no gang members. You ain't going to see no gang members. You understand? So they'll try to put a narrative out there, but a lot of times they don't know much themselves. Just because you work for the media, don't really mean you know nothing either. So just because they work at the media, that don't really mean they're the brightest bulbs in a lamp. That's a whole nother story. But this idea that 6ix9ine broke some type of code in a codeless situation is ridiculous. What code? And so the shorties, I'm trying to tell the shorties, you can't just take no snitching out of all the other codes. Oh no, you're not supposed to sleep with your man, woman, and all that. Where's the rest of the code? You're not supposed to sleep with the kids. You're not supposed to shoot recklessly in the community. You're supposed to only hit your target. Why is they picking? Do you know if you was in the mob and there was a hit on somebody and you accidentally hit somebody else, you know they'd knock you off of that, right? You know that, right? Do you know in the real mob, you can't miss your target and hit nobody else? Did you know that? If you hit a whole family, you had to get orders to do that. So they're trying to take one part, this no snitching, which no snitching don't mean no snitching. No snitching means don't tell on everybody that got away. None of the other stand-up guys is no snitching. No snitching have nothing to do with just regular stuff where you ain't in my gang or nothing and you came and did something to my daughter. You're supposed to call the police. You're not. So, okay, if I'm in an organized crime and somebody come and do something to my daughter, let's say I got all kind of stuff in the house connected with the organized crime, but the person that did something to my daughter not. I go reckless, do something to the man, the police come. Then from investigation, the police find all that mob activity in my house. And now because I was reckless with the trying to be a vigilante, I done led the police to the mob. No, the mob do not want you to be an obvious mobster. They want you to be a citizen as far as the community is concerned. You're not supposed to be a gangster. Nobody's supposed to know you're a gangster. You're supposed to call the police. As long as it has nothing to do with the crimes we're doing. I can't call the police on the crimes we're doing. All other crimes, I'm a citizen. When you're a gangster, it's just like being a bus driver. You're a gangster when you go to work. When you go back, when you get off work, you're just a dad. You're not a gangster at home. You're not a gangster at church. You're a gangster when you're doing gangster stuff. They prefer you to call the police and look like a citizen so you won't lead everybody back to the criminal activity. If we're doing big criminal activity, we want you to go do small criminal activity. No, call the police. How you going to tell me don't call the police when we got police on the payroll? This is why I know these people don't know nothing about gangster. We got police on the payroll. We deal with the police. What are you talking about? If you was Al Capone and you had liquor over there, and I'm Bugs Moran, I have liquor over there, and I find out where your liquor is, I pick up the phone and say, hey, coppers, yeah, there's liquors over on LaSalle Street, 34th on LaSalle. they go bust your place. As a matter of fact, the Italians in Chicago was beefing with the Irish, so the Irish gangsters did what? Become what? Police. The Irish gangsters, that's why Chicago known for Irish police, O'Malley, oh this, oh that. St. Patrick's Day is big because what the Irish did, they went and became the police. Right? Right? True Breeze, be quiet. Black gang culture ain't infiltrated nothing. Gang culture has not infiltrated the black community no more than gangs in the Hispanic community. Gangs, the Asians got gangs, the whites got gangs. You don't know what you're talking about. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. 6ix9ine is not even black. See, keep on black people that 6ix9ine are Mexican. Ridiculous. That's why I want nobody talking over here. Just be quiet. Go on your own page. If you know something, True Breeze, go teach on your own page. Don't come over here teaching. Gang culture ain't nothing in the black community. Okay? Listen, gang culture is nothing in the black community, okay? This is the black community in Chicago, and this is gang culture. Facts. Absolute facts. Gang culture is of no significance in the black community in Chicago. Gangs is little bitty. Ain't nobody, come on, man. Gangs is little bitty. Gangs is not big. Gangs, listen. I could take you to any community in Chicago. Gangs have to behave when they on the blocks. Gangs cannot go nowhere in Chicago and act crazy on no blocks with the citizens. When gangs go home around the citizens, they turn to citizens. Ask somebody. Y'all believe the gangs was in O Block acting like gangs? No. Because they mama right there, they auntie there, and this one there. When they go in there and they in O Block, they just live in O Block. They not in there ganging. I lived in O Block. They just regular people in there. They not gang in there. They're not gangs inside of O Block where they all know each other. They're not acting like gangs in there. These are facts. I lived in there for how many years? I lived in there for a long time. I lived in there from 98 to 2000 and maybe. I lived in there about 12, 13 years. I lived in O Block. They're not gang in there. When you go in there, it's kids riding their bikes, dudes outside walking back. They trying to go out in front of things, sell their little stuff. Then I was playing the game. They rapping. And they just regular young people outside. They're not gang members out there like that. They knock on my door. Ja Rule, you better move your car. The police out there giving tickets. They outside talking loud. The old lady every weekend, Y'all shut up and get away from my window. Okay. Then they move down. They're not, shut up, lady, we BDs. No. There's no gang culture in O Block. There's some gangs, but there's no gang culture. Okay. It's Chicago public housing. So y'all believe Chicago public housing is giving the public housing to gang members? No, they're giving it to regular citizens. You can't get an apartment in O Block because you're in a gang. Okay? They mamas over there. They mama's not in a gang. All right? So people's watching TV and then seeing something and trying to guesstimate what it's like. So they'll see a shooting in Chicago and they just think people just running around just shooting. Well, we got 77 neighborhoods. This place so big that we don't even know nobody got shot. Nobody knows nobody got shot. This place is huge. They got shot way over there. Where you live at, where they got shot at, would be the other state, would be outside the state. If you live on the south side of Chicago and you went to the north side of Chicago, where y'all live, you'd already be out the city. Yes. You would have been crossed your city zone already. We can put Atlanta on the south side, we can put Atlanta on the north side, and we can put Atlanta on the west side. So if somebody gets shot on the west side, that's Atlanta on the west side. That ain't Atlanta on the south side or the north. That's how big this place is huge. It's like it never happened. That's way over there. That's because gang activity ain't available for you to understand. There's no gang activity. That's all fake. To see gang activity, you have to go into the little gang spot. And once you leave out that little gang spot, there is no gang activity. Nobody's outside letting the police know, I'm a gang, come arrest me. Okay? Nobody's doing that. Nobody's all over the place acting like a gang. That's TV. That's Boys in the Hood. That's TV. That's TV. Gang members got girlfriends, in love, got baby mamas, just had a kid, got to pick their kids up from school. They got to do the same thing you got to do. They got to go shopping. They got to have food in the refrigerator. They got to pay their rent or their mortgage. They got to pay their car note. They just can't just be gangs. That's TV. Gang members ain't gang. I'm a gang member. What the hell? I'm a four-corner hustler. How the hell would you know? I could turn into, see what I'm saying? I could turn into the monster. I'm not the monster. I have the capability to turn into the monster. I have the capability to pick up the phone call and put people on your bumper. That ain't when I'm walking around. I'm a four-corner hustler. Like, bro, what? That's why I said people don't understand. You go to Harvey, Illinois, they all Blackstone, but they just Blackstone because they live there. They're not Blackstones. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. They telling y'all fake stuff. Like it's not that. That's fake, y'all. That's fake. They're not walking around gang. There's no such thing as that. They're not walking around gang, okay? Because there's different levels, and a lot of the older ones, they trying to get jobs. They trying to get out of that. We got a lot of dudes, they tired of going to prison. But he's still a BD. But dude ain't going back to prison. See, here in Chicago, whether you're legitimate or not, you still represent your gang. So representing your gang ain't got nothing to do with crimes. Okay? It got nothing to do with crimes. And people don't understand that. It's not, you don't walk around with a criminal mentality. That's not what it is. It's not like that. Okay. It's not like that at all. It's not that. Okay. It's not like gang members are not violent. Like there's no specific type of gang member. Okay. You have a certain group that they call gang bangers. Everybody is not a gang banger just because they're in the gang. Everybody's not a shooter. It's not a badge of false honor. It's neighborhood. It's a badge of false honor you because you're a lame. You ain't outside. It's not ain't got nothing to do with honor. That's why you need to be quiet. Nobody's in the gang for no honor. We in the gang because that's what we are. That's what our friends are. Okay? And you're not learning nothing. So come back some other time. You're not learning anything. Since you're not learning nothing, I'll block you. I'll unblock you later. You're not learning anything. It has nothing to do with a badge or nothing. It's no different than if you're a Zulu in Africa. It's tribal. It's the foundational Black American tribes, just like everybody else got tribes. So ESTV, you just are scared of gangs. That's all. They've been probably punking you. You probably scared. So you scared. So you done already stereotyped them. But you don't know what you're talking about. When I'm a four-corner hustler, how is it a badge of honor? When I walk down the street, nobody knows that. Nobody knows you in the gang, bro. So how's it a badge of honor? Just be quiet. What badge of honor? There's no badge. Nobody know that's what you are. A badge, everybody know what you are. Nobody knows you're a gang member when you walk down the street. What are you talking about? He thought it's a badge of honor. No, it's not. It's a survival technique if you go to jail or prison, which is over your head. You don't know nothing. Gang culture is prison culture. It's not streets. It's to survive when you're surrounded by white guards in prison and other races in prison. That is the dominance of gangs. If you say, what's the main use of gangs for protection in jail and prison? That's the main use. And that goes all the way back to racism, because the white sailors used to be in California beating up the blacks, and racism built gangs. Now, if STV would have shut up and asked some questions, he could have learned something. The strongest gang culture is in the penitentiary. It's not even in the streets. And if you went to the penitentiary and you was in there dolo, you're going to really have to be stand up or you're going to be food. And when you live in a racist society, you get locked up for doing nothing. So what you supposed to do? So you don't know nothing. That's why you should shut up. That's why I had to ban you, because you don't want to learn. You don't know nothing. That's why you keep saying, well, it's this to me. Who asked you? We don't want to know what it is to you. Get your own channel and tell them what it is to you. This big Pharaoh, let me tell them what it really is. The Aryans and all them gangs is mostly for prison. Now, he ain't going to say that about the Aryans. See what I'm saying? He ain't going to say that about the white motorcycle gangs and stuff. They are built for prison. He ain't going to say that about the Latin Kings. He ain't going to say about none of the essays in California. The two sets in California, you got the northern Mexicans and the southern Mexicans. He ain't going to say that about them. He's going to try to say about black people. No, the root of gang culture is prison. Has nothing to do with outside. And then they get out of prison, and then it's maintained outside, basically. And in prison, it's not no badge of honor. It's really that. It ain't no badge of honor. Not in prison and not in the county jail. That ain't no badge of honor. It's a military. It's a military. It's a real military. Facts. Ain't no badge of honor. If I get locked up tonight and I go to the county jail, I might have just not hardly did nothing. They might even throw something in my car, just arrest me for nothing. And then if I don't make bail quick enough, they're going to take me to the county jail till somebody bail me out tomorrow. So you could be in the county jail just until, because nobody could get down and get your bail at the small jail. So if I get arrested for some nonsense, that next morning they're going to ship me to the county. So if my wife or my friend didn't get there with the bail, now I'm at the county. Now they got to come to the county to bail me out. I'm not going to necessarily be in there because I did nothing crazy. But when I come on the deck, they're going to say, on the news. And somebody going to approach me and they're going to say, what you is? What was there before Black Panthers and was the movie Sinners? Al Capone had blacks. What you mean? What was there before Black Panthers? The Vice Lords and them was way before the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers is babies. The Black Panthers is babies. The Black Panthers was the Blackstone Rangers and the Vice Lords and the Disciples is older than the Panthers. The gangs is way older than the Panthers. Facts. But there's like, okay, you see me with him? He a Blackstone, rest in peace. I'm a Four Corner Hustler, which is an offshoot of the Vice Lords. He a Blackstone. Do we look like enemies? See him? He's a traveling Vice Lord. I'm a Four Corner Hustler. They supposed to be enemies. Do we look like enemies? No, they're signed to my record label. Look at him. I'm a Four Corner Hustler. He's a GD. Do we look like enemies? No, we're making music. Now, look at him. He's a Four Corner Hustler and I'm a Four Corner Hustler. We the same. But there's no difference in me and him than it is me and him, me and him, and me and him. And if I had problems, you can believe Blackstone's coming, Vice Lord's coming, GD's is coming, Four Corner Hustlers is coming, and BD's is coming, because I'm Big Pharaoh. And it's not about the gang, it's about who you know. Not about the gang. Okay? It's not about the gang for no badge of honor. It's about who you know. And when you live in a big city like this, your relatives, your friends, the people on the block, the little shorties you grew up with, everybody's affiliated. Well, not everybody, but a lot, but not a lot comparatively speaking. Comparatively speaking, it's a few. But then they gangs too, because they police officers, and they gonna come too. See what I'm saying? I got friends as police officers too. You're gonna be smoked. I got friends that work for the post office. It's the same thing. It's no difference in my friends that work for the post office, my friends that work for the state police or gang. Doesn't make no difference. Your friends are gonna assist you. Period. My cousin is a state police. He retired now. I have problems. He coming. I don't have to call a gang member. I call my cousin. He's coming. I met him in the county jail, but he could rap. I met them because they rap. They rappers. He was my ex's best friend's son. His mother used to do hair, and my daughter's mother, my middle daughter mother, worked with his mother doing hair. So I know him since he was a shorty. Right? This one, somebody found him for me because I was looking for rappers. And I said, we know somebody rap, and they sent me to Allgale Gardens, and that's how I found him. This one, I lived out in the neighborhood with the one that was his friend. I lived in Harvey. I was putting up posters about my record label, Rule the World. At that time, it was it wasn't Rule the World Records. It was something else. I forgot what I was calling it. And he seen the posters, and that's how I signed him. But it's not like gang, like what they be telling y'all. So you'll have some bad shorties, and they'll run around, do a bunch of crazy gang stuff, and then they try to say they represent the gang, but they don't. Right? Right? And so you could be standing with a bunch of GDs. We outside talking. And Marlo, he a GD, he start walking up. And somebody be like, oh, here come Marlo. I'm out. They'll leave because Marlo be on dumb stuff. So just because they all GDs don't mean they mess with Marlo. Marlo be doing crazy stuff. And then because Marlo doing crazy stuff, you can't say that's the GDs because a lot of GDs don't mess with Marlo. There's GDs that got barbershops. There's GDs that got car washes. There are gang members that got businesses. There's gang members that run record labels. A gang does not mean crime. That's why if you don't know nothing, don't come over here. Let me explain to people. Gang don't mean crime. We have Chicago Police Department. We have Chicago police that are GDs. There are police that's GDs. There are police that's vice lords. There are police that's black disciples. There's police that's folk corner hustlers. But they don't do crimes. They're not criminally active. It's not illegal to be in the gang. It's illegal to do crime. Yeah, there's law enforcement that is gang members. Gang member don't mean crime. Period. If you're young and you get in a gang and then you get to an age where you do crime, right? And then when you stop doing crime, Now, I'm just saying, shut up over here. I'm just saying, True Breeze, shut up. I'm talking already. Shut up. Okay, I'll come and unban you later because I keep telling you to shut up. I don't need your help. Go get your own page, okay? You're rude. To me, you're rude. You see, I'm talking. And to me, you're talking on top of me. You're talking over me. You're disrespectful. You don't be quiet. Let me talk to my audience. You trying to talk to everybody. Why don't you just go get you a YouTube channel and do what I'm doing and stop riding my way? Put your man pants on and go build your own channel. Plus, nobody want to listen to nobody named True Breeze with a fake name hiding. Nobody want to listen to you, bro. You're not even a real person. Be quiet. You want to give advice, come like a real person, real name, real character, real picture. Nobody listening to no True Breeze because you're like a cool breeze off a camel's ass. That's what you're like. You should call yourself Cool Breeze because you're like a cool breeze off a camel's ass. That's what you're like. Change your name to Cool Breeze off a camel's ass and shut the hell up talking over here. Some of you brothers or whatever y'all is, you want attention and you like to get attention off of other content creators. You're rude. You try to come and get attention off of somebody else that do the hard work. You don't want to do the work, but you want to come and do the talking, but don't want to do the work. Why would I listen to you? You can't even do your work on YouTube. Go get you a channel, bro. You know what I'm saying? That way you like. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring y'all real knowledge on what's really going on. So when they try to tell y'all that 6ix9ine is a snitch, 6ix9ine technically in street code, he didn't snitch because they wasn't loyal. And snitching is based on loyalty on both sides. They trying to make snitching have one loyalty on one side. No. Snitching is based off of loyalty on both sides. You can't snitch on nobody that's loyal to you. There's no not snitching on a scumbag. That don't even make sense. So it's two people and only one of them got to be stand up and the other one don't. That don't make sense. How you gonna have rules for this person and no rules for that person? And no matter how low this person is, this one got to follow the rules. Do that make sense? That's why people saying the streets is a myth. Because the young people then got it all messed up. They're not teaching the real gangster mentality. The street code is a two-way street. It's only based on both ways. Once it's not both ways, all bets is off. There is no code unless it's on both sides. There's no one-way code. They try to teach, no matter what they do to you, keep your mouth shut. They trying to say, they trying to teach IU that when somebody do something to you, you're supposed to go shoot them and throw your life away. That's what they trying to teach you. They try to teach you to go crash out. That's what they teach you nowadays. Go crash out, throw your life away. Somebody did something, you go handle that and go to jail. That's what they teach you. That's exactly what they teach you. They teaching that if you break in my house, I'm supposed to go out and go to the penitentiary because you broke in my house, rather than call the police and get you arrested. That's what they teaching. They teaching that if you slap my wife, I'm supposed to go to prison. That's what they teach. I ain't supposed to get you arrested. I'm supposed to go get a weapon and throw my life away. Stand on business. That's what they be teaching. That's what they teaching. That's what they be teaching. Because if you don't call the police, then you go do it, right? And then what happened? You go to prison. That's what they teaching to you. Take the law into your own hands. Go take penitentiary chances. Don't call the police. Go handle it. That's what they teach. That's what they teaching our youth. They teaching our youth to take the law into their own hands and take penitentiary chances. So somebody do something to me, I go try to shoot him, I go to prison, and he's still free. And to them, I stood on business. To them, I stood on business. And then when I stand on business and go to prison, right, they going to go and sleep with my woman. The same one say I'm standing on business, when I do something stupid, go to prison, that's the same one going to go sleep with my baby mama. Facts. He can't wait till I do something stupid and go to prison. Sometimes when you go to jail, they break in your house that night. Facts. Trying to get you to be the only one on code. Facts. What they try and get our young people to do. They down there in Atlanta talking about 6ix9ine's a snitch. Big bank, how you go? You in Atlanta, bro. How you gonna question somebody about being a snitch when you in Atlanta? Well, all y'all doing, that's all they doing down there is ratting. And you gonna question him. Unbelievable. And they ratting for nothing. 6ix9ine told, because he couldn't go to prison up in there with them. He would have never got out alive. With them snakes. Everybody knows Shotty was a snake. Ain't no way I would have stood up for Shotty. I would have told on Shotty. Shotty was a scumbag. So you want me to be standing up for a scumbag? Not only was Shotty a scumbag, he's an idiot. Bro, you had the #1 rapper and you threw it away doing stupid gangster stuff. You're making millions of dollars. Now you're sitting your dumb ass in prison. Yeah, Shotty, that ran that label, is one of the dumbest ever. And they keep on happening. Look at Pooh Shiesty. The hottest, and look at the one down in Florida. The little crazy one. Got caught again, going back again. Trump pardoned his dumb ass, and he right back. Just look for yourself. You want me to crash out for people that don't got no education? They ain't got no education. You're supposed to call the police. You're not supposed to go to prison. Yeah, Kodak. Back again. Back in there again. Going right back. They just go right back. They go right back. They riding around with guns and doing stupid stuff. Just going back and forth to prison. Back and forth. So instead of sitting down and sell music and do tours and do shows, he riding all up and down doing stupid stuff. Then they make a whole lot of money and they go waste it buying a bunch of cars and stuff and be broke. Then they go sell illegal substances because they done messed the money up. They are dysfunctional. They uneducated. They don't know no better. See, I'm in the music business. And talent, you're born with talent. You have to develop your mental skills, and education has to be developed. So what happens is we have extremely talented young people, but they haven't developed no mental intelligence. So when they go rap, is cold. They're going to be some of the best rappers ever, but they haven't developed any regular business or social mental knowledge. That's what's really going on, to be honest with you. They're not promoting negativity. They slow, they dumb. They're dumb. They're not actually promoting negativity. They're dumb. And when you're dumb, there's nothing to be but in a negative. There's nothing else to talk about when you're uneducated. So it's not like they're going out here promoting negativity. They are uneducated. And when you're uneducated, you're in a dumb world. So you're just being yourself because you're here. Working people are here. You're here. So your whole life is here. Everything you do is here because you are uneducated. So when people say they're intentionally doing stuff, no, they're not intentionally doing this. They are really dumb. They are what they rapping, that's what they really are. They're not promoting nothing. They are like that. Pooh Shiesty is not promoting crime and stuff. Pooh Shiesty is rapping what he really was. And this is what people understand. They think he rapping something to persuade somebody. No. He could rap real good, and he rapped what he really was. And people they think it's a gimmick. That's where the confusion is coming in, Deacon. They think it's a gimmick. No. When you pick them up at where they live, they just like that in the car, to the studio, to the mic, back sitting in the studio, back on the mic, and back home, it's the same person. There's no different. They don't turn into nobody on the mic. This what Deacon, a lot of people can't understand that part. They think that some kind of way the system is doing it. No. I'm in the music business. I'm telling you. The reason we deal with them, because they can rap their ass off, though. And people don't understand that. Yeah, he hood. Yeah, he crump, but they can rap their ass off. And the intelligent kid can't necessarily rap. See, you got to get the talent wherever the talent is. So they always saying, well, they signing them because they that. No, them ones can really rap. Those ones practice more. The other kids, if he play basketball all the time, he not practicing rap like the one that don't play basketball. The one that don't play basketball, don't do this, he rap all day. The one that play basketball, he don't rap all day. So he can't rap as good as dude. That's what's really going on. Like, they can rap. Pooh Shiesty is cold. One of the best rappers to ever rap. Pooh Shiesty got to be in the top 50 best rappers. Bro's cold. But that's all he do is rap. He's not an electrician. He's not a scientist. He's a rapper. From outside. Once he's not rapping, that's all he knows outside. But everybody's surprised. I'm like, how you surprised? His name is Pooh Shiesty. Okay? He really that. So people surprised. I can't believe he's so shiesty. He told you he was. I'm in the game, I'm telling you. They don't praise dysfunctional. They can rap. I played dude's song like 100 times in a row. It was good. And I don't live nothing that he was rapping about, but it was cold, though. See, people can't understand that. People see their talent, and so they buy it. I went to Little Dirk last show in Chicago. There was very few kids in there like Dirk, but they know he can rap. They know he can make good songs. So all the college kids and everybody was there. So people don't want to give them credit for their talent. You can't just go and talk a bunch of dysfunctional shit and sell no record. You got to be able to rap. Deacon, you cannot just make money because you dysfunctional. Facts. You can't just make money because you're a criminal or you in a gang. You cannot sell no records just because you're in a gang or just because you're a troublemaker. You got to be able to rap. So we're not going to play it like ain't nobody promoting them. They good at it. So Finesse 2 Times ain't cold. The boy cold. Finesse can't rap. Finesse 2 Times crazy as hell, right? Put it in the chat. Can he rap? Hell yeah, he can rap. His ass off. Like, bro can rap. How many well-educated people can rap as good as Finesse or Pooh Shiesty? They can't because they busy doing something else while they busy rapping. Now, Chief Keef is fire. You just don't you probably some square or something. So he not rapping for you. He not rapping for you. So that's why you said that. That's not it's trash to you because your ears, you got like citizens' ears. You don't got the ears. You don't got the ears that he got. You don't know what he's doing. You don't understand his style. You a square. You a citizen. You're not built like that. It's not for you. Keith cold. But you got to understand, what you understand about Keith is what do you call people that's into all kind of art? And what do you call those kind of people? See, Keith is different. He would be like a creative type. He not going to rap the same way. You know, Chief Keef make all those beats he rap on. You know he a producer, right? You know he produced a lot of beats for NBA Youngboy. Not only do he rap, he produced the beats. He do art, drawing, cartoons. He not like the other rappers. He's different. We're going to take a break and I'm going to show you. Let's take a break. I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about, right?
I been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When it finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Locks out like Shaq, I box out. Any snakes in the can trying to pop out. Don't drop out or cop out. Get a drop now. Locks blowing in the wind with the top down. I'm fly, dude. You can't do what I do. Frosty and flashy with the heart of a sado. Living God true with hair like wool. Past the Charlie Tool and cool and make me get a pull. Now you been there unite with gangsta. In In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya Benga, unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.
Yeah, Thug House Rasta, where my Rasta at? Where the dogs at? It's rough out on the streets of the shop. You better watch your back, boy, you're bound to die. Spitting out the sky, gon' falling out your eye. Black people, you can make it if you try. You caught slipping, then you're gon' get killed. Tell you these niggas in the shy is ill. They don't call it ill, stay here for nothing. These niggas out here don't be huffing and bluffing. Naya Bingy mean death to oppressor. I got a Tech 9 and the Glock on the dresser. It's funny to me cause I oppress oppressor. If you's a weak card, boy, me I'll test ya. What you know about the Thug House roster? I'm not a slave cause I'm about to be the master. Folk corner hustler, nigga you's a buster. Come get this shit cause I know you as a customer.
Naya Bingy, unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya Bingy, unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.
I think the word I'm using for Chief Keef is eccentric. Is that the word? I think that's the word. Let me give you an example. Look. Look. And he show you how to get money. So he posting still pictures, right? He posting stills, right? Now look. Look at the numbers. This last a month ago, look. 79,000 views, 75,000 views, 48,000 views, 211,000 views. No video, just still pictures, just pictures. 64,000, 30,000, 20,000, 26,000. Look, all the way down. Then they'll come back, do a different one. Look, 160,000, 118,000, 28,000, 34,000, 14,000. You know how much money that is? You know how many commercials he's running on? You know how many commercials this is running on YouTube? 43,000, 25,000, 26,000. Look how many posts. Then they'll do another one. 79,000, 38,000, 57,000, 204,000, 142,000. Just look at the thousands of views. Then they'll post another still picture. 175,000, 305,000. Look at the thousands and thousands and thousands of views. No video. Just a still picture. 928,000. This one got the one video, 4 million, 4.3 million. You know how much money that is with YouTube monetization? 928,000, 1.8 million, 1.5 million. Right? Look at the hundreds of, look at the millions of views. Look, 5.7 million, 1.3 million, 1.5 million. Look, 8 million. Okay? Shorty getting money. Look, just look at the views. On top of that, he's got a clothing line. He's selling art, paint guns, paint. He's doing the paint, ball, paint guns, the whole thing. Shorty getting rich, super duper rich. Chief Keef is like he's not like a rapper. He's like you know how somebody's eccentric and they're outside of the, yeah, he's like that. He's in another, yeah, he got the GTA game and all that. He's one of the top producers in the game. He produced for NBA YoungBoy. You know how much he charged for a beat probably? He's what they call a cult figure. like Jimmy Dean, like James Dean, like that. You know what I'm saying? He's at a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? Dude don't do no concerts. He don't do no concerts like that. Dude do very, man, all right? He's mysterious. He not, and he's all by himself. There ain't no rapper like him. It's him, then it's everybody else. Shorty a genius. That's my daughter's favorite rapper, but that's because she went to school with his sister, and he used to pick his sister up right there at Dulles all the time. All of them would know me if they seen me, but they was little kids. I'm the first person he seen up close with dreadlocks. All of them, Dirk and all of them, I'm the first one they seen walking around through O Block with dreadlocks when they was babies. Reese, all of them, they was little. That's why I don't know them. They was little. You know, they in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, like that. By the time they got older, start rapping, I moved. They started rapping about a year and a half before I moved. They got old enough to rap. But most of their life I was there, they were shorties. Like he was just a couple years older than my youngest. Because his little sister and my youngest, they was in class together. That's why that's her favorite rapper, because she used to see him all the time before he got famous. So she knew who he is. But he don't really know her because they kids. He ain't paying attention to no little kids when he go pick his sister up at school. But yeah, Shorty a genius. He that boy super talented. You don't never see him get in no trouble either. He left Chicago and ain't got no trouble since. He gone. He I'm out of here. Smart. He different though. He not a rapper. He's a I don't know what you call it. I don't know what you call him when you like deep artistically like that. Clothing and everything. Look at all them views he had. He made all them beats. All them beats, he made them. I let that sink in. All them songs I showed you is his beats. So that show you Shorty making how many, he just sitting there doing what? He just sitting there doing art, paintball, drawing, graphics, beats, and rapping. That's crazy, ain't it? He gonna go down as like one of the greatest ever as far as just art. He came here, I didn't go because it was outside. I didn't want to go outside. But when he come in the inside, yeah, I'm going to be there. When he come in the inside, I'll be there. It's going. Last time he came, that was a couple of years ago. They went crazy, but it was outside. I ain't going to no outside event. So that's what's going on. But 6ix9ine, I think 6ix9ine got a bad rap, and I think the record label stuff he signed to, they dropped the ball. To me, I don't look down on him. I look down on how'd you have somebody that hot when the whole South America and Mexico and Spain and all the Spanish people was going to support him. How y'all messed that up? How y'all messed that up trying to sleep with? This man could have made y'all billions. Y'all want to sleep with his baby mama and do stupid stuff? How? The boy come out with the crazy hair and all that. He had it made. And he was making good songs for that demographic. They dropped that ball because he came out with all the different gay colors on, but really wasn't acting gay. It was genius. It was genius because, you know, in art, you got to be really artistic. And the kid could rap. The boy could rap for the type of way he was rapping. They dropped the ball. I can't believe they messed that up. What is y'all doing? And he was trolling, but he had to troll looking like that. You know, he had to troll. If he didn't troll, they would have ran over him. He the one helped teach him how to troll. Talented though. They messed that up. You know, I'm a businessman, so I'm looking at the business people. How y'all messed that up? How y'all went to prison, man? Y'all had one of the hottest rappers in the world. You got different types of rap, right? And you got the rap, like when you perform it at arenas, you got different sizes. So you got little theaters, right? You got clubs, you got theaters, then you got auditoriums, then you got arenas. And if you rap a certain way, you're an arena rapper. So because he was he's an arena rapper, it's going to sound good in big arenas. He's in the category with like DMX. See, everybody's not an arena rapper. So when you get somebody doing that type of energy rap, they gonna do football fields. How you mess that as a football field rapper? Because the way he's hollering. See? That's why DMX should have got clean, because he's a football arena. He's an arena rapper. Y'all gonna make me lose right now. Up in here. See, that's gonna carry the sound. So DMX could do big arenas. It's hard to do big arenas when you're just regularly rapping because the sound don't carry, but you can do auditoriums. 6ix9ine was in there with DMX. And he got that fool, and he kid with that group, DMX and them. He in there with them. They could get money. The loud arena rap, they could get money. That's why he was gonna get a lot of money. He was doing arena rap. There's different types of rap. If you smooth arenas don't sound that good. Onyx is another one. MOP, Onyx, MOP, DMX, 6ix9ine. That's the money right there. That's money. Listen, tell me that tour wouldn't sell out. MOP, Onyx, DMX, and 6ix9ine would sell out all over the world. Man, listen. Not only the yelling, but the tempo of the music, because you can't yell if you don't got the right tempo. It's the tempo. It's the tempo. You can't yell if you don't got the right tempo. They got the right arena tempo. Energy. Crowd gonna go crazy. Big money. The boy was cold. They just messed up. They dropped the bag, man. They dropped the bag. I would have went to see 6ix9ine. I would have definitely went to see his crazy ass. I would have went to that. He would have came to Soldier Field or like a baseball stadium. Yeah, I would have went to that. I just want to be seen. I'm observant. I observe. I like art. So I don't have to really just totally like something to go see it. I'll go see anything interesting. They were sitting on some big money. Oh, man, they dropped the ball, man. Because the number one arena rapper in history is DMX. DMX, oh, man. If he would have kept it clean, stay clean, DMX is the number one arena rapper in history. Oh, you know the first time I seen DMX? I hope I can find that tape. Guess who introduced the world to DMX? Ice Cube on Arsenio Hall. Who remembers that? Ice Cube came out with this dude on Arsenio Hall. He came out with a dog with a pit bull. Sure did. DMX first appearance to the world was on Arsenio Hall. On my soul. Who remember? I'm like, who is this dude with the dog? Ice Cube bought him out. Damn. Look, they ain't got no. Boy, I wish I gotta find. Boy, I hope I got that. I hope I got that videotape. He had them tattoos all on him and everything. He was barking. Look, man, they be erasing history. Bruh, they be erasing history. Look, Ice Cube and DMX performance live, 1998, Vibe TV. But that ain't the first time I seen him. And DMX came with a dog with him. Ice Cube really the one put him on. DMX came with a dog with him. And he tore Arsenio Hall show up. Look, it ain't no pictures of it. Nowhere. Damn. Ain't that a mess? But Ice Cube was the first one really messing with dude. It's on YouTube. We Be Clubbing 1998. We be clubbing. See? Let me see if I can see it. I know I wasn't crazy. I know I seen it. Yup. Wait a minute. No, that's at the concert. No, this ain't the performance. because he got a jacket on. At this one, he ain't had no jacket on. Now, this ain't the performance. They don't got to perform. This one, he came out, he ain't had no shirt on. He had no shirt on because he was all tatted up, all on his back. They don't got it. This the one from the award show that they did afterwards. I'm looking for the first time when he came out on Arsenio. DMX didn't have no shirt on. He had a dog chain around his neck. He had a pit bull on stage. He was all tatted up. I got it recorded somewhere. I just got to make sure I ain't lost it. Man. Yeah, and Apex. The first time anybody seen him, he came out on Arsenio. He had a pit bull, no shirt on. He had a dog chain on his neck, and he had all them tattoos on his back and everything. He had no shirt on. He was wild. Nobody knew who he was. Ice Cube was like, introduced him, like, I'm bringing out this new dude. I never forget it because he had the pit bull on the stage with the dog chain on his neck. He was wild. And I'm like, who the hell is this? I'm like, how could you forget it? I recorded it though. I don't know where my tapes is at. Because I used to have 2 VHSs and I would record stuff. Then I would play it back and record it on the other VHS and snatch them off and make whole tapes of just like all the R&B singers, all the rappers. I would have on a VHS tape. I used a double tape player and edit it. I've been doing this for years and edit it down at everybody. I used to go to the bar downtown and play the one with all the R&B singers. I got on some tapes somewhere. I don't know where. When you move a lot, you lose stuff, man. That's the bad thing about moving. Sometimes you move, you don't take everything. Like, okay, take all this. You start leaving stuff. Yeah, it's the first time I see DMX was on Arsenio. Ice Cube introduced him. He had no shirt on. He had the big, thick dog thing, and he was wild. And then he had the dog because nobody came on stage. He had the pit bull. And, he used to have them scrawny-looking pit bulls. Don't look like nobody been feeding them right. He didn't have a big pit bull. He had the real hood pit. You know what I'm saying? It's like he had the homeless pit bull with him, right? He was that kind of dude. He looked like a dog he found and took care of, right? And one like, oh, no expensive pit bull. It was a real from the alley pit bull. That pit bull looked like he'll tear your ass up too. And I said, who is this dude? And then a year or so later, I seen him everywhere. I'm like, that's that dude. That when I started hating on him, I was like, oh, he trying to be Tupac. I ain't like him at first. I'm like, he trying to be Pac. Boy, you ain't Pac. A lot of us, we had Tupac syndrome. Once Pac got alive, we ain't like nobody. Boy, once Pac got hurt, boy, people like me, we was hating on everybody. It took me a long time. I finally said, okay, let it go, Pharaoh. Let it go. It took me a long time to let the Tupac thing go. Took a long time. Took me some years to all right, get another rap. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we was really emotional over Tupac, like we knew him. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Like still today, Tupac is my favorite rapper. I like a lot of rappers, but not like Tupac. To me, Tupac is the greatest rapper ever, just based on his versatility. You know, the reason I like Tupac, because I'm all different type of people too. So at that time, after I got stabbed and then I got well, you know, I was a black conscious dude. Then I got stabbed, so I was black conscious. But after the stabbing, I was street. I was hustling. So Tupac dealt with both sides of me. He had the black songs, he had the conscious songs. You know what I'm saying? They got me trapped. No, you can't keep the black man down, right? Then he got the gangster stuff. Then he got the stuff for the ladies. So that was, you know, he was my great, you know, if you got the CD changer and you outside Don Dada doing it, you know, you don't want to keep jumping out, going in the trunk, changing the songs. So with Tupac, with 2 or 3 Tupac CDs in there, you straight. There ain't nobody gonna have you straight like Tupac. Whatever your mood is, you feeling revolutionary, you can put it on the revolutionary stuff. You feeling gangster, you can put on the gangster stuff. Boom, shorty call you. She wants you to bust her down. You pull up, just like Daddy. Just you put on, you know what I'm saying? You could put on, you know what I'm saying, the girl song. So you ain't got to keep, you don't got to put the girly CD in there. Then the revolutionary CD in it. Then the gangster CD with Tupac is all on one song. You know what I'm saying? It's all one. Just push which song you want. You know what I'm saying? You could be listening to that revolutionary stuff. Boom, you pull up in 40 shorts, you come out some nice shorts and stuff. You finna bust it down. You put in, how do you want it? How do you feel? You can just, And that was a big deal. Being able to put 10 CDs in the trunk that can hold you all day and night. You don't want to keep going to the trunk. Changing the CD because dude only got 2 songs. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring it, man. I don't want to keep changing CDs. There's only a few people you didn't have to change the CD. Only a few. Jay-Z. Groups like that. There's only a few of them you had to change the CD. You could just let it ride out. A lot of them other ones, you know what I'm saying? But you could put the Lost Boys in there. You could put Slick Rick in there. You could put Jay-Z. You could put Tupac. There's certain ones. You can put the CD in there. You're good. You can put Slick Rick in there. You're good. You're good to go. The Lost Boys, you're good to go. Let it ride out. CD was 5. UGK, I think Riding Dirty, I think. You're 5. You're good. Biggie first one, but the second one, yeah. The first one, you know, you can skip a couple, but it's all right. KRS One, horrible. 1 song, 2 songs, rest is trash. Dee-dee-dee-da-dee-dee-dee. Boy, nobody want to hear that. KRS One, boo. Bro, I got to keep taking you out the CD changer. That man made the worst CDs in history. Big songs, CD horrible. Bro, stop. Big songs. Once you listen to that, ain't nothing else on the album but trash. Bruh. You got to go. In the garbage. Yeah, ain't nothing else on there but trash. Dee-dee-dee-da-dee-dee. You know, I was a young, I've been around Rasta, so I don't want to hear the fake Jamaican stuff, bro. I can go around the real. But I don't want to hear the fake Jamaican stuff. I'm listening to Steel Pulse and Black Hebrew. What is you doing, bro? I don't want to hear that. I might as well put on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Naughty Dreadlock. Let me hear the real. I don't want to hear the fake reggae stuff, bro. What is you doing? Let Mad Lion do it. At least it sound right. You know, he should have let Mad Lion do all the Jamaican stuff. He should have did that, boy. Carry us one with the fake Jamaican stuff, boy. Boy, sit your ass down. He made some horrible albums. His albums suck. Waste of money. Waste of money, boy. Them albums was a waste of money. He had some fire songs, 3 fire songs in all trash. You like, bro. Once you take off, love's gonna get you, ain't not. It's like, what? Police control the area and all that, bro. Oh, boo. Yeah, I ain't listen to Beanie Man because I ain't like no bald heads too much. That was Rasta music. I ain't like no bald heads. You know what I mean? I ain't really like no, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to like Steel Pulse, Black Uhuru, like that. I ain't listen to the bald head them boy them, you know? Beanie Man, well, he had some dreads, but he didn't make Rasta music. He made bozo thing, you know? A bozo, the man, a bozo, you know what I'm saying? But when I listen to no bozo boy, you know? I ain't like Beanie Man. Beanie Man was when reggae. Beanie Man is part of the people that ruined reggae. You know what I mean? Frankie Paul was good. I went and seen Frankie Paul. I went to see Frankie Paul. Hey, man, I don't smoke cigarettes, but it'll take my chance. Oh, he up there singing song after song after song. That boy could sing like Stevie Wonder. He couldn't see good. He was partially blind. That boy got up there and sang for 2 hours. Hey, Frankie Paul, I went to see Frankie Paul. That boy sang for 2 hours. 2 hours. Non-stop. Two hours. I ain't lying. He was sweating everywhere. I said, dang, this boy right here. 2 hours. I ain't lying. But you know the best ones, you know, like Dennis Brown, you know, we going, you know what I'm saying? We going to see, you know, Dennis Brown, Black Uhuru, Steel Pulse, Burning Spear. Them was the kings right there. Rest in peace to D. Brown, Dennis Brown. Dennis Brown, man. Dennis Brown sang, I thought he was going to fall out. He just kept singing. Dennis Brown just kept on singing, 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 kept on singing. Yeah, Beanie Man suck. I ain't like Beanie Man. Beanie Man, like a bootleg Rasta, you know? If you're a Rasta, you're a Rasta. If you're a bald head, be a bald head. But don't be no Rasta bald head like no weirdo Rasta. You know? Playing with Selassie name and stuff, you know? Like that. I ain't like him. You know, he ruined, he sucks. Foo-foo. You know what I'm saying? Foo-foo. You know what I'm saying? Beanie Man sucked. You know what I'm saying? We talking real reggae, right? Burning Spear. Eyes Wide. Dennis Brown. You know what I'm saying? Beanie Man is a beanie. You know, the beanie is a weenie. You know, the beanie weenie. You know, nobody want to hear that foo-foo music. That's when the weirdos came and the weirdos with the head wraps. That's the weirdo head wrap group. where the dude ain't saying nothing. Ain't saying nothing, you know. Ruined it, you know, ruined the whole vibes, you know. Beanie Man and them group. When the Beanie and them came in, that's when I switched to rap. Facts. When Beanie Man and them started coming into rap, in the reggae, that's when I switched over to NWA, E40. I stopped listening to reggae. I stopped listening. Rest in peace to Bunny Wailer. He performed 3 hours. When Beanie and them Man and them and Shab and them came, I started listening to reggae. I stopped listening to reggae. Oh, I switched to rap. You're out of here. I'm listening to E40, Spice One. Yeah, I don't listen to Ball Head Bumbleclot like Sean Paul. I don't like Batman type thing there. Yeah, I ain't like him. I ain't listening to none of that Pussy Clyde thing there. Nah, Sean Paul, nah, get out of here. No. Boo. I ain't listening to none of them. They suck. When they brought the slang tang in, wah, 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 it's time to go. No more bass and drums. All right, this bootleg, time to switch. Okay, throw that out. Beanie Man, okay, turn that off. Okay, poop. Let me tell you something about a nigga like me. Never should have been inside the penitentiary. Pharaoh would like to say that I'm a crazy. Yeah, it's time to go this way. Since I was a youth, I smoked weed out. Now I'm the type of nigga that you read about taking a life or two. That's what the hell I do. If you don't like a nigga, then this is dragging up in it. I get out in the middle with it. I switch to that. Y'all gotta go. Boop, switch. Gotta go. Reggae sucks. It's over. It's died. Bop. Gotta go. Okay. Okay, throw that away. Put this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 crack commandments. 1. I'm saying 1. Time to go to the Biggie Smalls. Time to, okay, boop, y'all gotta go, right? Okay, boop, y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. Gotta go. Put the Tupac in. Y'all gotta go. Put the Spice One, put the Tupac, the Biggie Small, the Jay-Z. Rap, reggae is over. Bumbleclad, boy. That thing I full. Sean Paul wasn't even, he was like some foreign dude trying to act like he was Jamaican. His bootleg was horrible. They brought in all the weirdo. You see the weirdo dudes in the reggae thing now? That's when they came in with Sean Paul. That's when they brought in Sizzler hollering and screaming and all that. Sizzler was horrible. Sizzler was good at first till he started screaming. Last time I seen Sizzler, me and my queen, we left. He was still screaming, Paula! Paula! I said, boy, go sit your ass down. That's when the weirdos with the head wraps and that's when they came. That's when the weirdos, the fake Rastas with their head wraps, that's when they came. Killed Rastafari. Rastafari, look at Rastafari now. Gone. They just destroyed it. They destroyed Rasta. The head wrap group and the little boy, what's the little boy they like down there? The little boy that came in, him. That was their big star. That little dready dude. They just killed Ross. They took all the revolution out of it and everything. They crushed, they destroyed it. Y'all know I'm talking about the little boy they built, bigged up, and the little light-skinned dude they built at that time. They was their two big stars. The only one could have saved it was Garnett Silk, and then they blew him up or something. Now, Garnett Silk was fire. They got rid of him, and then they let the little weirdos took over. They brought in the weirdo because they wanted to kill the revolutionary side of it. So they brought in the... So la CIA is Majesty Emmanuel, and say la CIA Emmanuel, they brought them in. The suckers. But they just killed it. They put on hair wraps and dresses. You had to have on a big old dress and look like you just left church and you just sitting there. It's let's see how you say this all the time. Listen, my Sid Manuel is saying in the ceiling and say that everybody, what the hell is this? Okay, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I gotta go. No more. You know what I mean? It was horrible. That's the Bobo Shante reggae is trash. Worst stuff ever. Capleton was hollering with a big old dress on. Bro, sit your goofy ass. Okay, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Oh, all right. I gotta go. I gotta go. Boo! Boy, where the bass and drums? Boom, 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 boom. Where's that at? Oh, that's gone? Okay. Where's the boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Fireman, they show fire on him. I never liked him because he was beating up rosters. He came into the game fighting Beanie Man and punching people backstage. So I never liked Capleton. Capleton was always, I wish an N-word would. When I probably beating up dudes, you know, then the vibe, you know, I'm in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? So the vibe is, boy, I wish Capleton would come here and play with me. I'll knock that hair wrap off his shit. So I never liked him because he was bullying. He was trying to bully, but his music, he sucked anyway. He's trash. Capleton is trash. It's that weirdo music. That group ruined it. You see, they nobody now. They nobody. They trash. You know what I mean? Because when they came in, they let the Bodman them push them. The Bodman them punked them. So when they came in, the Bodman them came in and punked them. The Bodman them run a thing, you know? And them head red rosters, they got pushed to the back. And the Bod Boy them took over everything. They let the Bod Boy, you know what I'm saying? The Bodman took over, you know what I mean? It was over. Batman come in. She wants 100% of love. She wants 100% of love. 100% of love. She wants 100% of love. No 50-50 love. She wants 70-50 love. 50. She wants the agony. And nobody, they took over. Pictures of them took over. It was over. They stepped on the roster. Get y'all ass out of here. Bad boy, them run our thing now. You know what I'm saying? Stepped on them. It was over. They was done. Batman run thing now, you know? Pull out! You know what I'm saying? And they had the best music. They had the Batman them had better music than them dudes. I ain't gonna lie. They was smoking. The Bad Boy, Now, a couple rosters got in there was smart, like Half Pint and them got in there. Yami Bolo. Some of them they got in. They made it pop, but the rest, you know what I'm saying? That's where I was at. I was in with the bottom on them. I wasn't, you know what I mean? I was with the I wasn't at the reggae. I was at the dancehall. Now thing got changed. So I wasn't no longer, you know what I'm saying? Because they had the best music. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to put the crown up. But now I have no crown, boy. I have to come with my ballads and my fresh ballads and my kangle and my thing on my hip and thing. Boy, playing thing. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, God, boy, move away with the bomber clad soft thing, boy. But when I do that, so that's when you can see how you can see things change. Yeah, we weren't doing Capleton and all that. No. No, it's gone. You gone. Now we're having a party tonight. Everything gonna be all right. We sugar mining and all that. But later for y'all saw. Sugar mining them keeping it. They start making the best music. Come on, everyone. It's time that we share some fun. We want to live some life before we old. So that started taking over. Them shut up, shoot up, but that fake reggae, whatever they was, the Bobo and them, which really didn't go over big in Chicago, because in Chicago, Bobos is raggedy tennis shoes. You know what I'm saying? So if you got on Bobos, you got, you know what I'm saying? So who want to be a Bobo? Because it's real talk. This is where the language barrier. See, in Chicago, when we say you got some Bobos, that means you got some raggedy Nikes or something on. So Bobo Shanti was like raggedy Shanti. Bobo, what? You know what I'm saying? Bobo not a good word in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like Capleton. Capleton came here, and I know a Rasta queen, and afterwards she took him to her crib, and he was on there singing all that Selassie music. And when he got to her crib, she said, I called my girlfriend come over. He said, some woman? Now, he had a wife back in Jamaica. You know what he said? Tell her to come over and SO my thing. To a roster of women, wanted her to call a girl to come and do that, and he was talking real vulgar. She couldn't believe it. She said, Capleton came to my house, and I said I was going to invite my girlfriend on, and he was talking to the girl like, yeah, come S me off and da-da-da. I said, I tell you, you're a fraud. He ain't talking all that holy shit. He ain't that. He just got that robe on fronting. He not none of that. So a lot of brethren and sisters don't like him here when that got out around the roster circle, how he was really a foul mouth, like a stripper type mentality dude. That he really wasn't all that he was talking. Yeah. If I did a tell-all book, all hell break loose. Yeah, Capleton came here and he was a scumbag. He got off stage when he was talking to the sisters real dirty, and they're like, you got a wife. The sister like, you got a whole wife at home, and you asking my friend to come do that to you? Yeah. And this at a time where we talk to the sister like queens, right? So I not like kings, the sister like queen. The sister was a Rasta sister. He talked to her like she was a bust down. So it was like, and she was a Black American. So it was like, okay, this is what they think about Black America. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go to Jamaica and your woman going to be all this and that. Then you're going to come up here to Chicago. You think you're going to talk to our women sideways? Five Cartel's a loser. He's a weirdo. The bleach his skin, you mean the guy bleached his skin? Okay, fireborn Bumba Clyde. You understand? So they was like, I'm glad because I was supposed to be over there. And they was like, whew, you know. Yeah, they was like, we glad your ass wasn't over here. I said, yeah, because you know I would have did Capleton dirty. If he would have came acting like me, I got on the phone. Where y'all at, man? I'm on the phone side. We would have opened up the door. 9 dudes would have came in there. Yeah, if he would have came to Chicago and he would have been like that, this is all with me, I would have called again eyes. I would have called again eyes. It wouldn't have been nothing Rasta about this thing. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, we got some more sisters coming over here. I think they're here. The guys come in. What up, Roski? What's going on, man? This dude here, woo out the back. We would have did it super duper duper dirty. We would have capled his tongue on my soul. But when you come up here talking greasy like that, boy, you know where you at? So you just gonna come to Chicago? Okay. So we ain't nothing, huh? You ain't got to do all that holy roster stuff. You could just, what? We would have took man, listen, I'm going to take this out. We would have took his head wrap, his dress, all that. We would have stripped him down, butt ass naked, and kicked his ass outside on my soul. We would have capled his tongue. They're like, we glad you wasn't here. You be doing too much. I was like, he said that to the sister like that? That's disrespect. That's why Foundation of Black America, that's why I want to respect a lot of this stuff. Because at the end, they talk that roster shit, but they still on some tribal. They still look down on other brothers and sisters. All that stuff they talk on the record, they not that. They don't represent no black love and stuff like that. They look down on you if you ain't from Jamaica. They phony, bro. Why would you got all these hair wraps, all this Selassie you've been singing all night, and this how you gonna talk to another roster queen? Oh, we know why, because she's a Black American. All right. I still don't never want to see dude. That's why I just stay out the way. I got PTSD and stuff. I can't see Capleton because I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, the sister told me wah. I'll tell him just who told me. He knows who she is because he went to her house talking greasy to the sisters. With his fake ass. Yeah, Capleton a fraud. He phony. He ain't that. A lot of them. I can tell stories and stories and stories. Yeah, a lot of them. For y'all young Foundation Black men, don't y'all listen to that roster shit. Them dudes is phony. They island boys. They not representing Ethiopia. They don't represent none they say. They on tribalism. And they just use that because they suck. I don't watch iShowSpeed. I don't watch, dude. I got Tyson Masculine. Well, I'm gonna watch some man for it. I don't watch, dude. I don't pay dude no attention. I don't watch that kind of stuff. I don't care nothing about that. That's fanism. That's fan. You go somewhere, you a fan. That's just me. I don't watch that kind of. I don't watch that kind of stuff. He gonna leave in Jamaica, gonna still be. He go to Africa, he leave. They still gonna be messed up. And the only one making money is him. He monetizing that. I ain't watching that. I ain't watching that. I support him because he getting his bread. I look at him as somebody getting paper. That's it. So if you say I show speed, I'm looking at him as a hustler. So I respect him as a hustler. That's it. Like, dude figured out a way to get a bag. That's all you know what I'm saying? So I respect that. I respect he getting a bag, but whatever he doing is secondary. I'm from outside. Where we come from, he getting a bag, then all that other shit. So he went to Jamaica, got a bag. He monetized going to Jamaica. That's how I look at it. I don't care nothing about him being in Africa, Jamaica, nowhere. He monetizing it. That's what I look up to. He monetizing it. I respect I Show Speed. Hustle. How he getting the bag. That's it. I respect that. If I met him, that's how we would meet. I'd be like, bro, you out here getting that bag. I wouldn't meet him like, oh, you so great and all that. No, I'd be like, bro, you getting the bag. You smart. You smart. Get the bag, bro. You learned how to go out around the world and monetize it. Boy, he making millions of dollars filming, getting them YouTube views. Yeah, that's what I respect. I respect him getting the bag. As far as who he meeting and who he smiling with, I don't give a damn about them people because them same people will turn their nose up on me. So why I'm going to respect him going to see some people, and then when I go down there, they turn up their nose. Man, this is what I think about all them people he going to see. Why would I look into somebody going to smile at him and look down at another brother ain't famous? Because that's all they going to do. They going to smile at him because he's famous. But when you ain't famous, you ain't nothing. So the hell with them people that's worshiping that man. Most of them black folks around these countries that be worshiping I Show Speed don't even like the black people that's there where they live at. They like him more than their neighbor. That phony shit. All you black people running behind I Show Speed. But guess what? You don't even like each other. You don't even cheer for each other where you at, but you cheer for him because he famous. Shout out to JoJo Capal. Real talk. The people that be cheering for him don't even, when he leave, they don't even like each other, but they love him. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about him coming to a country and everybody like him, but when he leave, they don't like each other. They only get together to see him. And then when he leave, they don't get together and do nothing. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? A bunch of people don't even like each other standing there liking him. And I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him, but I like dude. But everybody else from my island, from my country that's here, I don't even like them. Them people don't even like each other. Real talk. What y'all think about that, though? What y'all think about that? They like him. As soon as he leave, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna get together and do something? No. They ain't gonna do nothing. Crazy. But I like his hustle. I don't hate on nobody hustle. I like I Show Speed hustle. As far as me watching it, what I'm supposed to get out of seeing him go somewhere and niggas cheering? Like, what I'm supposed to get out of him getting out somewhere and everybody, what I'm supposed to get out of that? What am I going to learn from that? Nothing. There's nothing I can learn from what you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't just be clicking on something, just anything. I've seen him a couple of times. He jumped out in Africa somewhere. Everybody like, I seen him in O Block. They was, But I can't learn anything from watching that. What am I supposed to learn from it? Okay, everybody love you. They don't like each other, though. But I guess. But it's cool. I ain't no dude because he getting the bag. If you get in a bag, I don't judge what you're doing. I judge the bag. It's for the young generation. It's for the young. When you say it's for the young generation to do what? Exactly. Nothing is for the young generation if the young generation don't benefit from it. That's not for the young generation. That's for him to make money. The only people benefiting is him. The young generation ain't benefiting nothing from seeing him. Facts. He gonna come. If your ass po, when he leave, you gonna still be po. So don't say it's for the young generation. When you tell me for the young generation, I'm thinking something to offer, like schools for the young generation, funding for the young generation. Visiting and them screaming at you, to me, is not for them. It's for him. They ain't benefiting shit from seeing him. Me, my son, I'm telling my son, don't go out there, don't be no fan. We got toxic masculinity. So my sons better not be out cheering for no dude. Period. Just me. My sons, I wouldn't let my sons go out there. Yeah, you like a rich black youth, exactly. And then go back to being broke and dusty. Exactly. That's the problem I got with it. That's the problem right there. I don't want my sons liking no rich youth. I want my sons to go get some money. Period. I don't want my sons. We got plenty. We've been having rich people on TV forever. That ain't nothing new. Steve Harvey rich. Turn on TV, they all rich. What have that ever done for us looking at rich people? Nothing. Black Americans, we've been looking at successful people since I was a baby. And that ain't done nothing for us as a group. Period. Then they'll go find one and say, I changed my life when I seen I Show Speed, and they'll show one dude out of thousands, out of millions of people in Africa and everywhere. They'll show one person that get successful later and try to pretend that's a win because one person went and turned their life around. I don't know. I ain't here to argue with you. I'm saying what I'm saying. You shut up, Michael. Who asked you? Who asked your opinion? It's called Pharaoh said that ain't called you show nothing. Just because you's a fanboy, what that mean for me? Boy, listen, I'm not no fanboy. I don't give a damn about I Show Speed. I still got to pay my bills. I still got to function. And cheering for him ain't going to pay no damn bills over here. Ain't going to pay none of your bills either. He going to pay your phone bill? What he going to do for you? Nothing. Get the hell out of here. Looking at somebody rich and them helping you get rich is two different things. Like I said, I respect Shorty getting a bag. I don't like him. I don't like his fans. His fans is losers. He winning. You ain't gonna treat me the same when I visit, but I'm not going out nowhere waving and shit. I look like a motherfucker, Michael. I look like I'm gonna come wherever y'all at be waving and shit. I ain't waving at shit. I'm not coming nowhere, coming outside waving. Period. Duh. I'm not Shorty. Shorty hustling though. He got to hustle. He figured out how to maximize his fame. When I watch him, I learn from what he doing. I don't learn from the visit. I learn from his hustle. He hustling. The fans ain't doing shit. He hustling. He getting the bag. They just, all them dudes out there, they just fanboys. I don't want to be like the fans. I don't want the money they got. I want the money like he got, but I'm not impressed with that. I don't want to see no dude. We've been doing that, and I know you don't understand, but I'm 68. We've been fanning out forever, and it's never benefited foundational Black Americans yet. We've been fanning out for LeBron, for Michael Jordan. That's all we do. For rappers. We've been doing that. Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. It's the same playbook. And you can't show me, Michael, no benefit from it. You can't show me nothing gonna happen for black people around the world from going out there seeing that boy. Nothing is going to happen from that. There's going to be no changes in our conditions because IShowSpeed showed up. None. Zero. None. Whether it's Oprah or whoever it is, Michael Jordan, whoever, same shit, different toilet. There will be no benefits from it. None. And I'm not the person that's going to come and do something that don't. If I came there for a lot of people to come out, I'd be getting a bag just like him. It'd be to get a bag. No, he don't. He ain't inspired nothing. Inspiration don't pay no bills. That's fanism. Yeah. I put him on time. He a fan. He a fanboy. He a fan. I don't like fans. Like I said, we've been had fans. It haven't benefited us none. We've been having fans in baseball, basketball, football, boxing forever, since I was a baby. I don't know why he talking to me like this is something different that somebody come out and black people be cheering. Muhammad Ali used to go everywhere, same thing. He talking to me like this is something new. Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling him that's not new and it's never benefited. Whether it was Ali, whether it was Ernie Banks, Gail Sayers, whether it was Sammy Davis Jr., whether it was whoever, Denzel, whatever, that type of action have never, ever benefited us as a people. Never. It's only benefited the famous people. It's the only ones that ever benefit from the fans. That's it. But the fans don't get nothing. Period. And if he can't show me where they done when they, oh yeah, he's talking about they're gonna do the same thing for me. How they gonna do the same thing for me when I told you I don't do that kind of goofy shit? But I'm not going nowhere, getting on no plane waving. If I wanted to, listen, first off, if I wanted to do like that, wouldn't I be saying something different? Wouldn't I be saying goody two-shoe stuff? The things I'm saying, will they make me famous? No. So you would never do the same for me because nobody will never like me like that because I'm not going to get on here and suck up and say some phony stuff for people to like me because that's what you got to do. What you got to do to be famous is you got to, and for people to like you, you got to say a bunch of nothing and then they'll like you. If I go out there and I wave and I be successful and I sign autographs and kiss them and everything, they'll love me. If I go out there and start getting on their case, start study what they've been doing before I got there, and come out there saying, I heard y'all been doing this, I heard y'all been doing that, stop doing that, stop doing the stuff y'all doing, they won't like me. They would not like me if I criticize their behavior before I get there. Because I know they got failure behaviors. Yeah. Yeah. If he went to South Africa right now, they'll cheer. But if he told them stop with the xenophobia, they won't like him no more. Facts. Facts. Ain't none of them black people he going to see got their shit together. And he ain't told them nothing to fix them either. He did what he had to do to make them like him. And they not going to like you when you try to correct them. So you smile autographs, you shoot basketball, you race somebody, and you do a bunch of non-important shit. And they say, oh, I met them. And then you leave them there, and they back in the dumps where they was before you came. And a week or two from now, reality back like it was. Nothing changed. Nothing. It really is a part of the Babylon system to give them temporary comfort and leave them still in the state and the situation they in, basically. Basically, it's some Babylon brainwashing. Get them temporary, happiness. I'm at ISO speed. Okay, cool. And, well, and nothing. I just met him. It was great. Yeah. I want to be something. I want to be something, right? Because people say, Pharaoh, it'll inspire. What good is inspiration without opportunity? If I inspire you, but where you live at sucks, and you're not able to fulfill your inspiration, what good is it? Make it make some sense. I know. I ain't supposed to say that. But like I said, I ain't hating on them. I'm just not saying what the dude wanted me to say. Instead of him leaving me alone and accepting what I said, it's Michael. He should have just left me alone. I said, I respect his hustle. He getting a bag. No, Michael wanted me to say what he wanted me to say. At that point, I'm like, Michael, go to hell. I'm a grown man. I said what I want to say. Why is you trying to tell me to say what you want to say when you on a lower level than me? You ain't on my level. I told you. He getting a bag. That's what I respect. I don't respect none of the people cheer. I respect his hustle. This is what I would teach my children. I would show my children, look, he getting paid doing that. Do something like that. Don't do nothing like the fan. Don't be like the fans. Be like him. The song don't say I want to be like the fans. The song say I want to be like Mike, don't it? All right. Now, I'm going to show you the Babylon part of it. In order for my kids to be like him, there's got to be a bunch of broke people ain't doing good, ain't it? How's that positive? If I go and do like him and there's a bunch of poor people cheering for me, have we done better? No, because I've still got all these poor people cheering for me. How is that a win? How is it a win that from generation to generation, we can go out and have thousands and millions of poor people cheering for us? That's a win? That's a win if I go out there and there's a bunch of poor people like that cheering for me? That's a win? Is that a win? Because somebody else go do the same thing he did and surrounded by poor people like that? That's a win? No. No, that's not a win. Because as soon as he leaves you right back under the thumb of the government. And that's over. That was a fake party. That was fake euphoria. That's a fake euphoria. I'm giving them the real shit. It's a fake euphoria. Tell me I'm lying. I know you understand what I'm saying, but I'm 68. It's the same movie. I seen that movie. Y'all remember the Thrill in Manila? No, you don't. Y'all remember Ali when he went to Africa to fight? No, you don't. Same shit. I seen Ali do it. I seen Michael Jordan do it. I seen Oprah. I seen this, and nothing gonna become of it. But somebody else doing what he doing, and that person gonna be the 1 out of a million again. And my point I'm making is the 1 out of the million ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna get it. The adoration comes from suffering. So how long we want a bunch of people to be broke and adore somebody? Don't we want everybody to come up so he ain't no big deal? The day he not no big deal, that's when we talk. The day don't nobody give a damn him coming, that's the day we win it. But the day somebody comes that's successful and a whole bunch of unsuccessful, struggling people, that's not winning. That's losing. We losing. And the only person winning is I Show Speed. He the only one winning. And his manager and his team and whatever media is behind him, whatever TV station, whatever commercials is running, right? Because if it's on YouTube, right? How do you make money on YouTube? From commercials, right? So if you watch him a million times, the commercials get to run their commercials. So who making money? Who getting the bread though? The media. The media get the bread. What do the people, who get the most money? The media that's filming him or the people? Who getting paid? Him and the media. What the people getting? Nothing. That's why nobody like me, Michael. That's why they don't like me. That's why I'm the realest nigga alive. That's why I bust everybody bubble. Michael, I'm a downer. They used to call it when I was in high school. Like, oh, we trying to feel good. Here go Pharaoh. He's a downer. Hey, Michael, then I just ruined everybody. Michael, you see what I go through, Michael? I just ruined it for everybody. Like, here he go. That's why I only got 121 people over here. Now, if I had a live I Show Speed, and I'm like, I Show Speed is everywhere. I Show Speed is this. I Show Speed is that. I'd have 2,000 people over here. If I get some pom-poms, give me an eye, give me a show, give me a speed. Oh, man, if I play along, I'd be bigger than life. Don't get me wrong. He be giving people shit. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I like I Show Speed. He hustling. He do give people stuff. He do take money. He do pay for school. He doing stuff. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I like what he doing. I don't like the crowd. I like him. That's all I'm saying. I don't like the crowd. I like what he doing. I would model what he doing. But I'm not impressed with the fans. I'm impressed with him. How he's monetizing his fame. How he's building up his fame. How he's building himself up to be in movies and TV and to be a multi-millionaire and a world figure. I like that. But them people watching him, they ain't gonna be shit. That's all I'm saying. I want to be like him. I don't want to be like them. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to see his ass. If my son was like, I Show Speed coming, I'm going to go see him. I'd be like, for what? I would tell my son, don't go to that shit. We don't wear skirts. We not cheerleaders. If you ain't going to get no bread with him, don't run behind him. We don't do fanboys over here. Go get your own bread. You know what I'm saying? I Show Speed. If you go, you so slow. I Show Speed. If you go see him, you so slow. You slow. He speed. You slow. You helping him get rich. You ain't going to get nothing out of it. Boy, don't let me turn on the TV and see none of my sons is no fanboys or nothing like that. I ain't had no fans. My daughters, they can only be fan while they kids. Now, I've been seeing them. I've been watching them. I watch Pharaoh see everything. I seen them, when you really watch everything and you got your phone, right? Watch this. If you watch everything and you got your phone, right, and you locked in, you're gonna see everything without even trying to see it, right? Because everybody gonna post it. So if you following the right people and you got a YouTube, when you go down your timeline, you're gonna see everything happening in the world, right? Watch. So when I go to my YouTube, boom, you're gonna go to your YouTube, it's gonna pop up. It's gonna pop up on the first page, right? When it pop up on that page, if you following the right people to know what's going on in the world, it's gonna show you everything. Right? So see, I go right here. So what it say? Okay. All four men will they talk about the dudes in prison. I go here, it's Dame Dash, this dude working out. 6ix9ine put Big Bank and tough. So this is how I see what's going on. I go here. Okay, this the racists down there. Y'all know about the racists. White dude down there calling black people out their name. Right? Right? Trump supporters in tears as they can't afford health care. So when you like this, everybody gonna post everything, and then you're gonna see everything, and you're gonna know what's going on in the world because they gossip and they post everything. The downfall of Ciroc, blah 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 blah. Take off M Case, Dark Money, DL Hughley and Killer Mike, right? Dog Face, blah, 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 right? Now, then when I hit subscription, it's going to take me to the other stuff. And then whatever's going on, Nino Brown, da, 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 da. And now these people gossip. So anything going on, these people are going to post it. And I see it secondhand. Really bad news for Charlemagne the God. Academics going to show you what's going on. Cam Newton. And so this is how you find out what's going on. And they're going to post it here. So anything that's doing anything is going to come across your timeline if you following the right people. And if you don't see it here, guess where you're going to see it at? There's two spots where you can find out what's going on. There and here. And you go to here, and you go to Instagram, and anything that happens is going to pop up on the gram, right? And so that's how I know everything I show Speed doing or whatever, because these people tell you everything that's going on, right? So if he kisses his mama, it'll be on Instagram, right? And so this is how I keep up what's going on in the world, right? I'm following a wide variety of people, and then Instagram feels like they can send you stuff you ain't asked them to send you. If you click on one workout video, they send you everybody working out. If you click on one video in Africa, they start sending you everything from Africa. But you can see everything our black men needed in the Philippines, right? This is how you know what's going on. Right now, they're trying to tell you to take all kind of substances. The internet is calling ARF the top Philly goon. Bump J at the barbershop. A lot of people working out because I'm working out, looking at workout videos. Folks them on the internet, GDs on the internet. Okay. Get my workout on. I'm just going to show y'all FYBJ. Man, hair falling out all the way. He going all the way, ball. He might as well cut it off. It's not coming back unless he go treat it with some the right stuff. And this is how I see what's going on. American test positive for hantavirus, another. So the hantavirus is everywhere. And this is how I'll see. I show speed. I'll see anything. They'll post it, and I'll see it. This is how I keep up with everything going on in the world. Okay, everybody post it. And that's how you keep up. Google settles racial discrimination lawsuit. And a lot of gossip. Jermaine Dupri is in hot water over crisscross. And so Tom Brady hits on Kevin Hart's wife doing Netflix. And Black South Africans singing war songs with spears as they get ready to hunt black immigrants. Whoa. 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 Black South Africans singing war songs with spears as they get ready to hunt black immigrants. Whoa. Okay. Just so y'all know how I know locals cut down all the city cameras, handing out fines. So the people cut down all the city's cameras because the cities is trying to hand out too many fines and rob them, and they sick of it. So they cutting them down. I don't blame them. We ain't gonna let these people gonna turn on the government. Look, hidden passage under the ocean in Greece. This is under the ocean. There's a big hole down under there in Greece, right? Then you got to be careful because you don't know what's AI and what's not, right? What else? Trump executive order will force Americans to surrender biometric data or lose their bank accounts. So they said if you don't give up your biometric data, you'll lose your bank account. Black organizations call for extension of Stop the Hate funding. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder doing what they do. And so on and so forth. This is how terrifying sea creature found alive in Spain's Black Leviathan sparks internet. Some of this is AI. Anyway, I just want y'all to see how I know what's going on. Over 450 bags found. Hundreds of bags containing human remains found not far from the stadium. Underground, they digging up all these bags with human remains not far from the World Cup spot. The first people in America were not Native Americans. Half of this stuff, at least 4 unalive after blast rocks, Colombian coal mine. Kentucky begins transporting large object following recent alien encounter. So they got some type of large thing in there that they're transporting. Who knows? A beam encounter, some kind of beams. A lot of this stuff you don't know if it's AI or what. Look, they tripping in South Africa. Look. South Africa. Look. Look. South Africa's finna be really, really crazy. Okay? The South Africans took to the streets in a not so peaceful protest. Woof. They saying they found these weird photos that nobody was supposed to see of these creatures. You never know what's right. You never know. I don't tell these stories because you never know nowadays. A drone, a thermal drone, seeing a creature out there moving around. You just don't know what's real and what's not. A bunch of, look, they got a giant come up out the ground. Look. You don't know. You know. You don't know how they're going to take over. They got the robots fighting now. Boxing going to be over soon. There's going to be whoever could develop the best robot to fight. That's going to be the future. Look, he can't even see where it's at. Look. Look. They say there's some little bitty people. Look. They say some little, they get little people. You don't know what they say. This an Indonesian girl discovered 2 tayu at the base of a large tree. So these some kind of some type of little creatures. You don't know, man. You know, come on, man. You don't know. And that's why AI is going to stop you from knowing. Look, space like UFO, is it AI or is it real? And it's just total confusion. Bigfoot peeping in somebody's window. Bigfoot peeping in somebody's window. Hey. Two giants fighting. Allegedly. And this is what it's like on social media in 2026. Another day in Chicago. On the block. Police pulling up. Ain't nobody run. They said this sea creature crawled onto a cliff. Some of this stuff is fake. The mayor attacked in San Francisco. The mayor in San Francisco got attacked. Some dude got him and then throwed him on the ground. You can't make this up. Oh. Why is the mayor out there like that? Make it make some sense. Weird creatures in the ocean. So on and so forth. White House on lockdown after U.S. Secret Service officers. That was 6 days ago. So that's what's going on. Let me go. I got to go find out what's going on in Africa. Craziness. Y'all have a good day. I'm going to chop a lot of this out and keep it a billion. One.
Naya been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Locks out like Shaq, I box out any snakes in the can trying to pop out. Don't drop out or cop out, get a drop now. Locks blowing in the wind with the top down. I'm fly, dude, you can't do what I do. Flossy and flashy with the heart of a sadu. Living God true with hair like wool. Past the Charlie Tune and cool and make me get a pool. Naya been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. Naya been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.
Yeah. Thug House Rasta, where my Rasta at? Where the dogs at? It's rough out on the streets of the shop. You better watch your back, boy, you're bound to die. Spitting out the sky, it gon' fall in on your eye. Black people, you can make it if you try. You caught slipping, then you gon' get killed. Tell you these niggas in the shy is ill. They don't call it ill, stay here for nothing. These niggas out here don't be huffing and bluffing. Now bingy mean death to oppressor. I got a Tech 9 and the Glock on the dresser. It's funny to me cause I oppress oppressor. If you's a weak card, boy, me I'll test ya. What you know about the Thug House Rasta? I'm not a slave cause I'm about to be the master. Folk on a hustler, nigga use a buster. Come get this shit cause I know you as a customer.
I have been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor. I have been there unite with gangsta. In my city it's Naya Benga. When them finger make a fire blaze, yo. You in danger, I'm a stepping razor.